Scorpio, hello and welcome into your general tarot card reading for the first 2 weeks of December. So this is the forecast for the first half. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the reading from pulling a oracle card, and that's going to be a nice opener. This is going to be a spiritual message for you for those 2 weeks. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull 8 cards, and they're going to kind of represent what the future may hold for you at the beginning of December. So let's roll with it. Then another 3, and those they're going to kind of represent what to focus on, what's a release, and what will be the best way forward. And on the very end, it's going to be one of my beloved runes cards as a additional commentary, and I'm going to leave it until the very end. So, Scorpio, without further ado, let's see. What's the message? Reach out. The message is reach out, and what does it say? We know you are reaching out right now for help due to current situations. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered, as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that is truly okay to accept support however it is presented to you. Okay, so I think that is about acknowledging and receiving, and it's okay to feel vulnerable, I suppose, Scorpio. That's this overall message. So let's see, what do we have here? We have a Page of Cups, we have a Magician, we have the Hierophant, we have the 8 of Cups, the Star, Queen of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. What's the focus on? The World. What's the release? King of Cups. What will be the best way forward? 8 of Wands, Scorpio. So the Page. Page of Cups. Pages that are representing a beginning, a message. Sometimes they're representing someone who is younger than you. The cups that are representing over here some kind of emotion, but I think because he's looking at this lovely fish over here, it sometimes is understanding your own emotions from where you're coming from, but sometimes it is to be presented with somebody else's sake emotion, or be taken by surprise by somebody else's way of being. Sometimes pages that are cups of pages of cups that are representing some kind of our own psychic abilities to tune in, abilities to be connected with our inner selves, our own emotions. So then what we have? We have a Magician, and we have a Hierophant, and we have an 8 of Cups. So Magician is indicating some kind of a new beginning, a new endeavor. For some of you, it's going to be indicating a success or beginning of the new cycle. And and it's almost Magician is indicating or is showing this kind of principle as above, so below. So as you're going to see, if he's going to choose to cooperate to come this way, so he did. So he's kind of pointing that direction. So the Magician in overall and has a lot of growth. It's a lot of roses and lilies. So there's and there's infinity sign ahead of his above his head. And he has all those things to his disposal as Cups, Pentacles, Wands, and Swords. So it's the beginning of something and being able to make things happen. So kind of have the idea and put the idea and get that idea translated into the by material means. Kind of you think and then you do kind of principle per se. And then we have a Hierophant, and Hierophant might be indicating either some kind of organization or it feels to me that I'm hearing about moral authority or some kind of leadership, or someone who is just taking the higher ground, and someone who is kind of very stuck in a way, or they really believe the way how they are is just the right way forward, and you might just walk away from that. You might kind of walk away from either that approach is that this organization or something else. The organization might be everything from, you know, big business to local to, you know, education, but equally might be representing a leader of community, someone who is leading people. But what I'm coming across, he's not a real, or the person is not the real deal. They might be try to impose or kind of lead the way and show that they know more than they do, but actually they don't, and you might be smelling the coffee here. So the Eight of Cups is indicating some kind of emotional intelligence. It's indicating a bravery. It's indicating removing yourself from something that you might have heavily invested in. As you can see, he is one of the he's one of those cups. He's, when you have those 8 cups, you have a 7, and he's the part of it. And the cup here is very prominent. So maybe you might choose to leave your own your job. You might be wanting to go self-employed, or maybe simply you're going to try to go and find your own way because you know what is right for you and what rings true for you. So anyway, 8 of Cups is representing strength, courage, and you don't have to, and also it's emotional intelligence, and you don't have to know precisely where is it that you go. You don't have to kind of know. The thing is, you made the decision, and well done you, because that requires a lot of strength to do so. And then we have the Star, Queen of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and 4 of Swords. So Star is indicating of some kind of, again, it's about the beginning. It's going with the flow, and but this is very interesting because the way how it sits in the reading, the Star, it turns into the Queen of Swords. So you might have some kind of guiding principle. You might have that kind of understanding. You know what is it that you want. You might sometimes don't even realize how much you have to offer, or who you are, and how you, because like this lovely maiden, she's being naked and she does impossible. She's standing on water. Equally, if you're going to see, the Star doesn't really see her own reflection. So she sometimes is not even aware of her own emotions. She might be focused on emotions and looking at them, but she might not necessarily understand them. Equally, what the lack of reflection here might be indicating that it's because there are ripples over here. So emotions might be not allowing things to see clearly, but it's all about coming down a bit. I think it's coming back down the emotions and kind of understanding that everything that we do has a consequence to it. And this new beginning is all about you going with the flow and actually understanding your own value and your own self. I don't know, it just feels like you don't really fully appreciate, or you don't fully realize your own potential. And because for me she's merging in the Queen of Swords, you don't want to show yourself being vulnerable. And Queen, once again, it's someone who sits on a throne. She is very intellectual, very analytical. She went through a lot of things, she experienced a lot of things, but she's not willing to talk about it. She is one of those people who's going to go, yeah, right, we're doing this thing. And it's not going to kind of be too much emotional about it. It's about having a clear direction. It's about knowing what has to be done and kind of keeping herself to herself. Equally, when it comes to, so that might be representing you, but it feels like it's going to be representing you, and you kind of know what has to be done. It almost feels like you're going to immerse yourself in the work. You're going to, because 8 of Pentacles here is showing someone who is immersed in work. They're driven, they have a skill set, they have the ability to do whatever is required. Sometimes they are preferring to work on their own. The job can be kind of sometimes repetitive, but they're going to do whatever it takes for the job to be done. And it's almost like there is this kind of almost anticipation. Yeah, I know there is a lot of things that have to be done, and I'm going to drive them towards the completion. And it's almost like you are willing to do it. You are willing to kind of whatever done to be necessary in order to get you where you would like to. But the thing is, either don't push yourself too hard, because we have a Four of Swords over here, and Four of Swords is indicating some kind of sometimes a recovery after illness, sometimes taking time out, sometimes is to kind of contemplate and having time off to kind of think about what is it that you would like to do. But you might have a boom and bust, or you might drive yourself too hard, and therefore there might be some kind of your health. you might need time to kind of recuperate from it. So whatever you're going to do, don't try to overdo it. I think that's the overall message over here. But what they say, appreciate what you have at the same time and give yourself time. And I think it's something about sleep and sleeping and being able to fall asleep and have a like full night's sleep as well. That's what's coming through. So what's the focus? It's about this new phase, about accomplishing what needs to be accomplished, evaluating whatever it needs to be evaluated, and actually tidying up the loose ends, because she, as you can see, she's coming through like a gate over here, and she's not, you know, one leg in, one leg out. So this is about going through a phase of completion. So this is about tidying up the loose ends, understanding that you have a lot of opportunities, you have a lot of options, and kind of moving on. What's the release is the King of Cups, so you don't have to pretend. Sometimes if you Scorpio have that kind of thing about how you, if that is important for you, how you're being perceived, they say you don't have to do it anymore. Once again, and this is amazing, Scorpio, because this is beautiful. I don't really think you truly understand either yourself, what you're capable is, what you're capable of. You see this maiden over here, she stands on the water. He's floating on the throne made of stone, and he's not sinking. So you are stronger than you think, and if you have, for whatever reason, you might have the tendency or that belief that you have to keep up the appearance, it doesn't matter. It's not serving. I guess that's what the cards they want to say. So if that is indeed the case, just leave it, and you can be yourself. And it's nothing wrong with you being vulnerable. It's nothing wrong with you happy-go-lucky kind of thing, and that's what they kind of encouraging you to be. And what is the best way forward? Just go with the flow. You know, you have an 8 of Wands over here, so it's allowing the things to happen, to kind of slot into the place. Don't disturb them, just go with the flow. They're not really here to destruct you or anything. They're here to kind of help you and prepare you for something that is going to be highly beneficial to you. So what is additional commentary, Scorpio? Don't push yourself too hard. Just don't push yourself too hard. You're doing well. You're doing better than you think. Just don't stretch yourself too far. There's the overall message for you for the for the beginning of December. As usual, it was absolute pleasure to read for you. If that reading has resonated, please let me know. I'm always keen to know, so comment, like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning, and bye for now.